Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X. So we just got our first mission and we'll go out and do that soon. I noticed when I uploaded the video last time there were some desync issues between my commentary and the in-game audio, so I'm hoping I changed up my setup a little bit. I hope it still works out. Anyway, so we need to go out to the east of the city and set up a probe. So let's go out and do that. Come on.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Suggested it was me and Elma, but it wasn't me and Elma. We were on the west gate. So it must have been Irina and Gwen. Since those are the only other names I know.
Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwen?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
I'm not sure I follow the logic.
It isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the east gate, shall we?
I mean, that we saw Irina and Gwen going out means they weren't out already. So why would you think that means that they must have been the ones that did this thing? That helped out over here. Anyway, I'm not going to question. Eleonora's advice, the segment map, which is completely not capturable. I didn't even try. I mean, I spent some time looking, but no. Basically, I have a map on my little controller, which is mostly covered in blank spots right now. And as I complete quests, it'll fill up with marks. It's not really that important.
Hey.
I think the only thing that's not going to be obvious is fast travel. There's different fast travel locations, and I get to them by clicking the thing on the controller, on the Wii U controller. Hello, Thomas.
Hey.
How are things going? Why not get used to battling indigents by fighting some Ovies? This place is lousy with them, after all. Ovies. Unlike Grexes and other, more ferocious indigent, Ovies won't attack unless you hit them first. This makes them useful as training dummies. Another piece of advice, don't mistakenly pick a fight with any of the dangerous creatures near Sarum Lake to the north. Numerous skilled interceptors have fallen to the indigents in that area. As noble a goal as protecting the city is, it's not worth risking our life like that. If you ever catch the eye of one of those indigents, just turn and run away.
Hey.
Sounds good? Apparently, Nelson's team has gone missing. They had planned to install a number of data probes and then come straight back to the city. What could have happened to them? I don't know what sort of foe they ran into, but let's be a lesson. You have to be careful when you're exploring. Ah, and the music changes. I like Primordia's music. It's pretty. So what, are these Ovies? Yes, Grassland Ovi. They're adorable. Well, kinda. But they have a little puffball tail. I like them. Let's kill a few.
Engage. Lay down some fire for me.
I've got your cover fire. Flame grenade! Lay down some cover fire! Yay! We win!
Okay. Didn't even give me loot. So this needs to be from the side. And I should just stay on the side, you know, in general. You're staggered, so now I topple you, and then fire grenade. And they die real quick. Side shot. Not how you stagger them first. There you go.
We win! Let's keep it up!
Ooh, new art. Let's see. Party arts. Yay. I got recuperate. Boosts evasion and continually restores HP. 1 minute cooldown. That's not bad. If you're in trouble. So here's another one of these guys. But this guy's level 6, not level 4. Let's not bother with it yet. I love the terrain. We have a mission. We'll go and do our mission. We're going over there. But we'll kill a few more Obies on the way.
Let's get over this. Punch first.
Let's see what we've got.
Activate the blade early bird. When I hit, I strike. And you go hammer! Flame grenade!
Yeah, we're on top of this now.
Don't attack head on. Get to the side. You need to break its head. I don't know if we got the head, but that's okay. We did, because it gave loot. A polishing stone. Okay. No distractions. We need to go and do our thing.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical Simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we find one Simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only
They're all
one
over the place. What are you talking about?
That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep, and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe.
Yeah. Let's go kill it. Yeah, definitely we should go and try killing it.
Whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
We can handle it. I'm totally gonna handle it. Well, no. Okay, that sounds like hubris. This sounds like being responsible. We can't just leave it because we're so close to New LA. We need to protect the city.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you.
Yeah. Let's go fight.
Down great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
I think so far there's been exactly 2 forced fights. You had to fight that first Blada, and you had to fight the Grex. So tougher than anything else you fought is not much. Okay, engaging a tyrant is no small task. It's important to equip your best before charging in, so double check all weapon and gear, and make sure your arts are ready and leveled up, okay? That's the first step to becoming a combat master. Nah! Let's just go in.
They've seen us.
We should probably go for the foot first. Is it staggered yet? Come on, you're supposed to stagger it. I don't think it's getting staggered. Okay, let's put some healing on Lynn. Some extra defense, because she's tanking. We'll get the back foot now. Oh, it's gonna stomp me. That was not the good time to go that way. Meh. It doesn't seem like it's gonna topple, so we might as well just waste our thing there. I just taunted. Maybe that was a bad idea. Protect me, please. Because I taunted it for some reason. Oh, cool. It toppled, actually. Nice. It wasn't staggered. It was just a chance to make it happen. I'll tank again. Make me stronger. Now I'm staggered. That's not good. Nope. Need to be the side. Okay. Revenge? For what? That wasn't revenge.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too.
Look at that background.
Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay
The
here,
terrain here, it's crazy.
there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a Frontier Nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
No, I want to do it.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
How far down is it going?
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See, at the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Volkampf the Pursuer gave me a right glove. Installing data probes. I'm Lau, a Pathfinder. If we're going to grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press the A button. This requires your mechanical skill to be up to snuff, so don't forget to level it up. Elma's advice: engaging massive foes. Now all that's left is to report back to base, but first I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky. So be careful about such things in the future. Okay. Okay. Don't go above yellow, I guess. That's a level 8 thing. These are just still OVs. Those are Grex. Where are we going? We're going back home. So let's just head back in. The Eastgate Base Camp. Anyone have things to tell me? Blade has base camps set up throughout Mira, where you can rest up in a tent or trailer. If you find one, kick off your boots and make yourself at home. That's what they're for. I bet we could take this thing out now. Let's try it. A wood lepix. Oh my, that hits pretty hard. Stagger it, please. Stagger.
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
So I'm allowed to go all out? And in death, we can eliminate.
Okay, fine. I'll taunt. Come on, Elma. You need to. There. It's staggered. There we go. Gotta take out this knee.
Move in and strike.
One more knee left. Oh, it's fallen. It's fallen. That hits really hard. We didn't get the last knee. Too bad. Advanced survival goggles. They're gold. We'll take a look at everything later. Let's do another one. Resisted my topple. Too bad. Lynn, can you topple it, please? Oh my. Oh my.
Melee attacks.
I don't have any melee attacks to do.
Shadow strike. Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Side blast.
I won't leave him a second to breathe.
It's almost dead. We're fine.
Appreciate it.
We win! Let's keep it up.
And it gave me shoes. New footwear. We already talked to Thomas, I think, right? Yeah. Okay, they want us to go to Blade Barracks, which is where we just came from. So probably right back to the start area. There's the, what is it, Town Helper or something? City Helper? There's the dude. And Vandam. You're new.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
He has an awesome mustache.
Sorry we missed you last time.
For certain definitions
We
of
could have
awesome.
come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
You successfully installed the data probe and completed your training. And I got 2 mining probes and a research probe. And 10,000 money. Now we'll have another one of those awkward stand around the tables talking about stuff.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
That guy's got really big shoulders.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like 2 children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past,
Who's Nagi then?
Chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow?
No, I'm confused.
Conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Chatty Cathy. What are divisions?
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders.
Oh god, there's gonna be 8 of these.
Number 1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors.
There's Arena and Gwyn.
Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwyn, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigent that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done.
That sounds appealing.
Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable.
I like scavenging.
The search for the Lifehold, that's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Huh.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigents.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here.
That sounds interesting, too.
We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person.
That's so not me.
Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, Even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. Alright, you ready to choose?
Well, I don't want to listen to that again, so let's say we're ready to go.
Yeah, and we're on pins and needles here.
Okay. So the ones that appealed to me were Reclaimers, Curators, and Prospectors. So Reclaimers get division points. Okay, Reclaimers tasked to locate and retrieve pieces of wreckage. You know, they're scavengers. I like being scavengers in games. It's fun. They boost division points by retrieving wreckage and planting probes. Curators are charged with scouting unexplored territories, which also sounds fun. So they get division points by obtaining collectibles and defeating tyrants. Well, I don't know about defeating tyrants. I'm kind of early in the game. So, Prospectors mainly focus on using Frontier Nav to mine for minerals and resources. They get division points by mining and discovering locations. That's interesting. It's early in the game, so I'm going to be discovering a lot of locations. But it's early in the game, so I'm not going to have much mining going on, probably. I think reclaiming is probably the best I can get away with for now. I like being a reclaimer.
Then it's settled?
No, I'm going to go back. No, okay. We're going to do it.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a blade.
Congrats. And welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
Alright, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Search for Nelson's missing team in southeast Primordia. Head to the Pathfinder's last location. And we're going to get a storage probe for doing this. And a bunch of money. Already at Chapter 3. Nice. Builders of a Legacy. Blade Services. You're officially a Blade now. Congrats. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services, including the Shop Terminal, the AM Terminal, Mission Control, and more. Some services are still off limits at the moment, but I'll get back to you on these later. Thanks, Eleonora. Ever wish you could zip straight back to a place you visited? Well, that's why we have fast travel. It allows you to instantly return to significant landmarks, as well as any Frontier Nav sites that have data probes installed. Just access the segment map to do it, to use it. Oh my. Linns of Ice, arms manufacturers, or AM, support us from the sidelines by developing new weaponry and gear. And by utilizing their services, we can support them too. Head to the AM Terminal in Armory Alley to learn more about working with AMs to make new gear.
I can feel myself getting
And I leveled up. Okay. Oh, now I am Blade level 1. I have 3 points already. How'd I get those 3 points? Hey, dude. I don't get it. Nelson's team was full of talented blades, and they were even outfitted with a skell. Make sure you're well prepared before you go. Your destination is the eastern part of Primordia. But we're not leaving yet. We're going to wander around the city more. Because we've been kind of just... Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Where am I going? Over there. We haven't even seen 2 of the areas yet. We should wander around more. There's lots of people to talk to, and I'm sure there's going to be more. We're going to have lots of time to do it in, but I we might as well get started on it. Okay, you're Trevor. We already talked to you. But this is a different chapter now, so maybe there's something different to say?
What's wrong? I appreciate it.
So when Nagy asked you if you wanted to be a Blade, you signed up on the spot? You got gumption, kid, I'll give you that. You ain't like the new recruits I got under me. They hemmed and hawed about joining Blade until the last minute. You keep that backbone of yours handy as you go about learning the ropes, alright? I wonder if he'd say something different if we'd, like, refused a couple times and had to have been, like, I had to negotiate our way into it. Make me proud, yay. Oh, what else you got to tell me?
This sucks.
Carl is pathetic. Oh yeah, you already told me about that. Oh, there's somebody. Marcus.
Check this out.
Before we engage in a big bounty mission, the whole team always hulls around Arena and looks up our target in the enemy index. Once we've worked out our plan of attack, we head out and engage the foe. You can use your Blade-issue comm device to pull up information on any foe you fought previously. The battles here can be tough, so be sure to put your enemy index to good use, alright? Hate to lose you out there. And what else you got to tell me?
Damn it.
There's some pathetic Blade guy who keeps giving Arena a hard time. He's probably just doing it because he likes her, honestly. Still, that's no excuse to pull her hair like some grade school crush. Man up and ask her out for a drink or something. I'm stuck on a wall or something. There we go. Hello, Eleonora. I'm a Blade now.
Be careful.
Your training just ended, but you're already being sent out to track down Nelson's missing team. Commander Vandam must have taken quite a shine to you. That man asks a great deal of his Blades, but he only makes such requests to the ones he believes are up to the task. Nelson's team was in the southeast part of Primordia when we lost contact with him. I wish you the best of luck with your search. Oh, but I should mention one thing. If you're willing to pursue multiple missions at the same time, take a look at the mission control before heading out. Okay. Lots of quests. Collect Moranium. Okay. There's a Tyrant, Cyrene the Lost, difficulty 2 stars. I don't know if I can deal with 2 stars yet. Find ZZ rabbits. Find crayon jellies. Hunt 4 brass swids. We can do that one. Let's do that one. We saw some swids out to the west. Sakuraba Industries has requested that you acquire some weapon data. Equip a knife and hunt creeping bladas during the daytime. Okay. Gather sandlac pearls. Gather crush rings. I have no idea where these are, though, so I'm not going to take them yet. Slay the Archibald the Revolutionary at the lake while it's raining. I don't know, tyrants are kind of scary. Let's, not do that. Acorn abacuses. No. Okay. So we got a few missions. Wolf, you got anything new to say to me? If that's your goal, you want to topple them. You'll never miss a toppled foe, and the effect is obscenely powerful. But to set up a topple, you first have to stagger your foe. Once a foe has been staggered, if you then hit them with an art that has the topple effect, you'll always topple them. But an even more powerful way to control your foes is with the Skell's bind maneuver. They may actually let you pilot a Skell one day, so in anticipation of that, remember my words, and it could be a while, so write it down. Follow a stagger with a topple, and if you're in a Skell, it's stagger into bind. Well, I don't have any way to stagger. I'm relying on Elma to stagger them for me. Anything up here? No, there's nothing over there either.
Hey.
There's somebody. Right? No, you're not talkable. Nobody there. On this side, nobody. Up on top. Let's take a look. There's somebody but not named.
Well,
This is the guy that's giving Arena a hard time. So Arena's normally over there, I guess? I see a question mark on my map, so I'm assuming that's like a quest. We'll go and get that in a moment. I want to talk to people first. This is the Mimiosome Maintenance Center.
How's it going?
Hello, Sherry.
Oh, wonderful.
The weather on Mira changes abruptly and often. They say it's as fickle as a young lover's heart. Oftentimes you'll head out on a bright, clear morning and end up soaked from thunderstorms by noon. Veteran blades tend to carry a wide variety of equipment in order to respond to changing weather. For example, electrified weaponry is especially effective during thunderstorms. Interesting. I like that idea. You think it'd be more dangerous to carry around electrified stuff during a storm because it's more likely to get you struck by lightning.
Wow, let's see.
Did you hear about the blade who found an unusual flower while she was on a mission in Primordia? It turned out to be an indigent that was just camouflaged as a flower. The thing attacked her out of nowhere. She's lucky she wasn't killed. I hear the poor girl is totally traumatized now. Even the get well flowers she's been receiving have left her screaming and shaking like a leaf. Poor thing. Hello, Solon.
What is it?
Us support staff are the ones who have to clean up Blade's messes in the maintenance center and commercial district. As a doctor who heals the wounds of Blades, I actively serve in a support capacity. It keeps me far busier than I would like. There's no end to the foolishness of Blades who throw themselves into battle and sustain needless wounds in their every encounter. Should you end up in a combat role yourself, I urge you to equip yourself properly to avoid sustaining any preventable damage.
What is it?
I can't believe a fellow alumnus of my elite university chose to become a Blade of all things. And this was a man so accomplished that he stood out even among the top students at our university. He could have been a politician or a CEO. But instead he chooses to put his precious life at risk with one dangerous mission after another. I cannot even begin to comprehend what he is thinking. Dude, there's virtue in service. Hello, Kirsty? Kirsty. You look like you need to button your shirt up a little. It's Ye, right? Yeah, that's me. Be polite. Oh, good, I've been looking for you. The name's Kirsty, with a K. I'm the operations manager for Frontier Nav. Ah, okay. Nagy requested that I brief you on the whole Frontier Nav deal. Sound good? Sure. Excellent, I like your curiosity. Always remember that Frontier Nav connects us to the land. And like the rest of Mira, it takes dedication and curiosity to really understand. So then, first lesson. There are several different types of data probes that can be installed at Frontier Nav probe placement sites. It's vital that you keep the desired application in mind because each probe yields different effects. What's more, placing the exact same type and grade of data probe in neighboring sites will amplify the effects of each probe. Now I could stand there and make you listen to a long, drawn-out explanation, but I think it's better if you just try each one out for yourself. Okay, so she wants me to install a data probe at one site and make it a mining probe, another site also a mining probe, and a third site. Okay, so go set some probes. Sounds like a good idea. Remember the data probe you installed out on the Eastgate Plain? Yep. Good. Was I supposed to have forgotten that by now? Are you really impressed? So if you ever need to verify its exact location, just access the segment map. I'll point out a pair of placement sites in the plains past the Westgate that you can chain together on Frontier Nav. Head there and install a data probe at each site. But I don't want any probe just there. You need to change them to be the same type. That's how you get the chain amplification effects. You can change a data probe's type using your comm device. Just touch the corresponding site on the segment map. If you select Change Probe, you can take your pick from all the unused probes you have. You do have unused probes, right? Here, take a few mining probes just in case. They're on me. Your assignment is to travel to the 2 sites and install data probes there, then switch all of them to mining probes. You'll figure it out. It's all much clearer in action. I wish other people would say that, because everyone else wants to tell me the same thing 3 or 4 times in a row. Hello.
Yeah?
Priscilla. The provisional government is our system of self-governance, headed by Director General Shosan. Don't tell me you thought that Blade was running the whole city by itself. Blade handles the fighting, but the provisional government manages the city. It's a very clear division of duties.
Yeah? Well,
Mediators protect the city and also serve police-like functions within it. But there are some problems they can't resolve without further help. That said, I simply do not have the manpower to resolve some of the more minor grievances that are brought to me. It would be nice if there were some good Samaritans available who are willing to make the effort to solve those sorts of problems. That's what mediators do. Are you complaining that you don't have to pay the mediators? That's kind of crass. Anyway, let's go wandering.
Yeah?
No named people around here. There's someone, Julius. Hello, Julius. As part of the Earth-like colonization project, interstellar ships took off from a number of cities. However, we don't have any idea what happened to the others. We've been transmitting a signal from Mira in an attempt to establish contact, but we haven't had any replies yet. That seems kind of reckless. We were just attacked and our planet blew up, so now we went somewhere safe and started transmitting and broadcasting a signal? It's possible that we're all that's left of humanity. No, ignore that. We mustn't lose hope.
working hard? What to do?
The expansion of Frontier Nav hasn't been progressing the way I'd hoped. It's mainly because of interference from the Indigents, though I suppose we are the ones encroaching on their turf. It's only natural they'd fight to protect it. I just wish we could find a way to install the data probes without having to do so much needless fighting. No, it's this thing. Needs mechanical 4. Can't do anything with it yet. Hello, Stella. We talked to you before. Do you have anything new to say?
Sir, here's what I know.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Sir,
What about
intel is
this?
sparse, but
Yeah, we talked about that already too. There's the transport pilot. We already talked to you. And Lara Nara. We needed rank 2 of mechanical for that one. I don't think we talked to you. Regina. We sell strange and unusual stuff my husband picks out on a job. He's a pathfinder, so he's always finding crazy space junk and whatnot. I don't have anything to show you right now, unfortunately, but check back later. He should be back in a little while, with a new haul that'll blow your battle socks clean off.
Whatever.
Yes, actually. But I'm not going to talk about it. I don't even want to entertain the possibility of it being true. I'm just going to stay positive and hold on to hope. So please don't ask again.
Whatever.
Okay. I was asking again just to be a pest, but she said this repeated herself. Fritz.
Working hard? I can tell you.
Each arms manufacturer has a corporation level. As that rises, they'll be able to develop and sell progressively better equipment. You want to know what makes a corporate level rise? Well, it's based on the degree to which you blades use a company's equipment. Using them in combat promotes the products to a wider audience. As a blade, you should battle using the equipment of the manufacturers you wish to support. That will cause their corporate level to gradually rise. You can increase it much more quickly by using the AM terminal in Armory Alley to contribute Moranium to a favored arms manufacturer. Moranium is a valuable resource. With plenty on hand, development can proceed at a significantly faster pace.
Working hard? Sorry, I don't know.
Sometimes the weapons that emerge from a fallen indigent's belly possess strange properties. I work in sales, not development, so I couldn't begin to explain the how or why of it. But I think it has something to do with the strange chemical reactions that go on inside their bodies that allow indigents to shoot lasers and things like that.
Hey,
Anything
What?
new, Vera?
Well,
Okay, we know that.
what?
You were told me that already too. Okay, I think we covered that side of things. Let's go to the other side of the administrative district. The bottom, the upper part of the administrative district, at least. There's like a lower part too. Hello, Towler.
I'm glad we had it.
I understand you're officially enrolled as a blade, Monsieur. Congratulations. This is where the arms manufacturers are based. This building is for all the companies that are involved in the research, development, and sale of weapons and armor for Blade. At the moment, they include but two companies, Sakuraba Industries and Granada Galactic Group. However, we are taking great strides to recruit additional businesses. I am confident that one day this building's directory of occupants will be filled with the names of corporations. My professional duties include recruiting blades for Meridian finding missions. I took one of those. Unfortunately, I've had few interested parties, as most blades are busy installing probes, battling tyrants, and performing other vital duties. But if you should find yourself of Meridian to spare, please accept one of our assignments from Mission Control. Needless to say, we will pay a fair price for the Meridian as a mission reward. I do hope you'll consider the proposition. Okay. Anybody? This is Division Drive. There's a question mark over there. I missed that. Where is it? And it's raining on me. Hello, Sadie.
Now what?
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. I know you're terribly busy, but is there any way you might help me with a rather urgent request? I promise I won't take much of your time. Heck, I don't even have much of my own time to spend taking up yours. Anyway, I know I should be running this request through official channels and all that, so I'm sorry. But there's just no time. I'm desperate at this point. I'll literally take any help I can get. Or, not to say you're just anybody. You're great. Look, I know I must sound completely bonkers, but just hear me out. Okay, get to the point. Get to the point. Right, sorry. That probably didn't make a lot of sense. Okay, let me pull it together here. Breathe. There's just testing my patience. People like me. It's all okay. Oh, people like me. Okay. Thank you. My head's a lot clearer now. What were we talking about? Oh, right. Yes, so I need you to deliver some supplies to a blade team in the field. I'm a mechanic, you see, specializing in skells. I tend to head up a lot of important projects. Sorry, did that sound braggy? Anyway, I just got a call from a team that's always been really nice to me. They asked me to bring them supplies so they can do a field repair of their skells. Apparently something called a whimsical Duagil attacked them after they left on a mission, and now they're stranded out there. I pride myself on customer service, but me wandering outside the city is just no. Bad idea. Bad idea. Especially with the whimsical Duagil that broke their skull still kicking around. Much as I wanted to help, I'm just a mechanic. There was only so much I could do. But on the other hand, the thought of those poor skulls lying there all beat up just broke my heart. So I gathered some adventure-y stuff and left town, but then kind of panicked about what to do next. The only sane plan I could come up with was asking someone else for help. And then you came along. It's like magic, only not. Anyway, I know I should post this to Mission Control. Okay. Get to the point, woman. Take supplies to the blades who were attacked by dangerous indigents while on duty. No. But I don't have time for rules, man. I can't just stand around filling out paperwork and cutting red tape or whatever. Oh, and I'll pay you, of course. Or actually, the leader of the team you're rescuing will. Or I hope. At any rate, they're really in trouble, so if you could get these supplies to them, I'd really appreciate it. We will, eventually.
Hey,
Let's make it daytime. There. The music is better in the day. And all the people are in different spaces now. We talked to you? Serona? Probably. Okay. Carl.
What? I'm telling you.
I just heard you were taking over for Nelson's team on that search mission. You gotta be careful out there, man. Seriously. I know you've heard it before, but it's all the more important that you travel during the day when you're exploring new territories. When it gets too dark to find your way, just rest up in a tent or a trailer. Base camps are awesome, man. They make good landmarks, plus you can catch 40 winks without looking over your shoulder the whole time. I love them.
What?
Anything bothering you? You're so sick of Trevor pushing us around. He made me do an indigent... Oh, I know you! You're Carl! The guy that hasn't killed a single indigent yet. Now he's sending you on a super hard mission in some area we barely got any Frontier Nav info about. It sure would be great if someone went and planted a data probe in Primordia for me, you know? Sure would be great. Like that new kid everyone's talking about? The one installing data probes all over the place? Be great if she did that. Just saying. Oh, Carl.
Got it.
Anything around here? No. Quincy! Hello, Quincy.
Working hard? I can tell you.
Our main goal as curators are surveying Mira and gathering collectibles and other resources. Visiting unexplored lands to find and collect such materials can be an extremely dangerous job. A number of curators have already lost their lives in the line of duty, but Team Quincy has nothing to fear, so long as we're protected by the power of friendship. We're going to find all of Mira's hidden treasures and bring them back home to New LA. Go team!
Working hard? Let's make this happen.
Every division hosts a number of different teams. There's all sorts of reasons why Blade operatives team up. Some teams are intentionally formed to pair blades with complementary skills together. With complementary, right? You want with an E, not complementary. Oh well. While others are just groups of blades who are free at the same time. But the best teams are the ones like mine, true friends who work well together. Do you know Gus? He's another team leader, and he always expresses great admiration for how well my team work together. I think he's a little jealous. I sure hope that you're able to find a good group of friends to team up with here in New LA. I got Elma and Lynn with me. They're the best of teams. Hello, Walter. I'm getting a little hoarse from all this talking.
Oh.
Don't be surprised. It's quite obvious. Providing guidance to new blades is one of my duties, so Elma's report made it straight to my desk. Might I give you one piece of advice? Do what you must to survive. Attack your foes from the back or side, but never head on. Call it cowardice if you like, it's still quite preferable to being dead. Fair enough. I believe the most important asset of a blade is the judgment to calmly assess any situation, no matter how dire it may appear to be. That said, a girl named Mia, who possesses not a single shred of that judgment, has just applied for a transfer to Blade. I'm not enthusiastic about her prospects. She has pluck, true, but pluck without judgment is a recipe for an early and needless death. I just saw her up behind Division Drive. She seemed to be thinking quite deeply about something. Whatever she's plotting, I'm sure is nothing good. I hope I can convince her to quit soon. Well, you're a real downer, man. Anyway, we've been going for quite a while. I think I better take a break, let rest my voice a bit. Maybe next time we can find some more action-y things to do. So, thank you everybody for watching. My name is Michael Young. This is Xenoblade Chronicles X.